Right now, take a breath. Not because you're tired, but because this moment matters more than you think. Most people believe their life will change someday. Someday when they feel motivated. Someday when the timing feels right. Someday when life becomes easier. But here's the truth no one tells you early enough. Your life doesn't change when you feel ready. It changes when you choose discipline over comfort. Discipline is not loud. It doesn't scream motivation. It whispers consistency every single day. And that's why most people avoid it. Because discipline asks you to show up when no one is watching. When there's no applause. No instant reward. No guarantee that today's effort will pay off tomorrow. Especially if you're young. Especially if you feel lost. Especially if you feel like everyone else is moving ahead while you're standing still. This audiobook is for you. If you've ever said, I know what I should do, but I don't do it. I start strong, then I quit. I feel like I'm wasting my potential. Listen carefully. Discipline is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming who you already are without excuses. A lot of people misunderstand discipline. They think it means being harsh, being robotic, living without joy. That's not discipline. Discipline is self-respect in action. It's waking up and keeping promises you made to yourself. It's choosing progress over temporary pleasure. It's doing the small, boring, uncomfortable things today, so future you can breathe easier tomorrow. And yes, this applies to everyone. Men, women, students, creators, dreamers, especially young women who've been told to wait, to doubt themselves, to shrink. Discipline doesn't care about your gender. It responds to consistency. The life you want, confidence, freedom, peace, success, is built quietly, routine by routine, choice by choice. Think about this. Nobody accidentally becomes strong. Nobody accidentally becomes confident. Nobody accidentally builds a meaningful life. It's all built through disciplined decisions. And the scary part? You're already building your future right now, either by discipline or by neglect. Every time you hit snooze, every time you scroll instead of study, every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, that's a vote for the life you don't want. But here's the empowering part. You can change the direction today, not with a dramatic transformation, not with motivation that fades in 2 days, but with one disciplined choice. Just one. Discipline doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for commitment. Even on days you feel insecure. Even on days you feel unmotivated. Even on days you doubt yourself. Especially on those days. Because discipline is what stays when motivation leaves. If you're young and listening to this, understand something early. Your habits will shape your confidence. Your discipline will You don't need permission to be disciplined. You don't need validation to improve your life. You don't need to explain your growth to anyone. Quiet discipline will change everything. The world rewards loud confidence, but life rewards consistent action. Right now, you might feel behind, like you should have done more by now, like you wasted time. Let go of that guilt. Discipline is not about punishing the past. It's about protecting the future. From this moment on, your job is simple. Show up, do the work, repeat. Not for a week, not for a month. Make it your identity. I am someone who does what needs to be done. Because discipline doesn't just build success. It builds peace. Peace knowing you're not running from your potential anymore. Peace knowing you're becoming reliable to yourself. And that's where real confidence begins. If this message is speaking to you, stay with this audiobook. What comes next will help you build discipline in a way that fits your life, not someone else's. And before you continue, take a second. Commit to listening fully. Commit to applying one idea. Commit to becoming consistent. Because discipline builds the life you want. And the next part will show you how to start building it today. You don't build discipline by changing everything at once. That's the fastest way to quit. Discipline grows when your environment supports it. When your daily life makes the right choice easier than the wrong one. Most people try to fight themselves. They rely on willpower. They tell themselves, I'll just push. Those moments quietly decide the rest of your day. If your morning is chaotic, your mind will be chaotic. If your morning is intentional, your confidence rises without effort. Discipline begins with structure, not pressure. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a repeatable one, especially if you're young, overwhelmed, or unsure of your direction. Your brain is constantly looking for safety. Comfort feels safe. Discipline feels uncertain at first. But here's the shift. Comfort keeps you stuck. Discipline teaches your nervous system that growth is safe. That's why consistency feels uncomfortable in the beginning. You're training your mind to trust effort. For young women listening, this is important. You are not too emotional for discipline. You are not too soft for structure. You are not behind. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. When paired with discipline, it becomes focus, intuition, and strength. Discipline doesn't silence your emotions. It teaches you not to be controlled by them. There will be days you feel confident. There will be days you feel insecure for no clear reason. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what matters. And what matters is the person you're becoming. Most people wait until they feel motivated to act. Disciplined people act and motivation follows. This is how momentum works. Action creates evidence. Evidence creates belief. Belief creates confidence. Not the other way around. You don't need to feel ready to study. You study and readiness appears. You don't need to feel confident to speak. You speak and confidence builds. This is especially powerful if you've ever felt invisible. If you've ever felt underestimated. If you've ever felt like your voice didn't matter. Discipline gives your voice weight. Because every small promise you keep becomes proof of your. If you see yourself as someone who tries, you'll quit when it gets hard. If you see yourself as someone who shows up, you'll find a way. So stop saying, I'm trying to be disciplined. Start saying, I am disciplined. Even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Your brain listens to repetition. And here's a rule that changes everything. Never break discipline twice in a row. Miss a workout? Fine. Skip a study session? Okay. But never let it become a pattern. Perfection is fragile. Consistency is resilient. Your life doesn't need extreme effort. It needs reliable effort. Small actions done daily outperform intense motivation every time. And this matters more than ever today. We live in a world designed to distract you. Notifications, endless scrolling, instant entertainment. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Discipline is how you protect it. Not by cutting everything out, but by choosing intentionally. Choosing when to rest. Choosing when to work. Choosing when to disconnect. Rest without guilt. Work without distraction. That balance is power. If you're young and listening to this, understand, you don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You need direction, and discipline keeps you moving forward even when clarity is missing. Clarity comes from action, not thinking. And to the young women listening quietly, wondering if you're enough, discipline will introduce you to a version of yourself you haven't met yet. Calmer version. A stronger version. A more confident version. Not louder. Not aggressive. Grounded. Because when you know you can rely on yourself, the world feels less intimidating. If you stay consistent long enough, something shifts. You stop chasing validation. You stop explaining yourself. You start trusting your pace. That's maturity. That's discipline becoming self-respect. In the next part, we'll talk about something most people avoid. Discipline when life gets hard. When motivation disappears. When emotions get heavy. When progress feels invisible. Stay with this audiobook. Because discipline isn't just about building success. It's about staying steady when everything around you feels uncertain. And that skill will change your life. There will be moments when discipline feels pointless. When you're doing everything right, and nothing seems to change. No results. No recognition. No sign that your effort matters. This is where most people stop. Not because they're weak, but because they don't understand this phase. Every meaningful transformation has a quiet season. A season where growth is happening beneath the surface, like roots growing before a tree breaks through the ground. Discipline asks you to trust the process before you see proof. And that trust, there will be people who don't understand your discipline. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're too focused. Let them. You're not here to be constantly accessible. You're here to build a life you don't need to escape from. Discipline teaches you boundaries. With time, with energy, with people. And boundaries create peace. The longer you stay disciplined, the quieter your mind becomes. Less overthinking, less self-doubt, less comparison, because you're too busy building. You stop asking, am I enough? And start knowing, I'm becoming. That shift changes everything. Success isn't loud. It's calm. It's waking up without panic. It's trusting yourself. It's knowing that even if things fall apart, you can rebuild. That confidence doesn't come from luck. It comes from disciplined repetition. Your future doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be reliable. Reliable to your goals. Reliable to your values. Reliable to the person you said you wanted to become. Years from now, you won't remember the days you felt motivated. You'll remember the days you didn't want to continue, and did anyway. Those are the days that shape your identity. If you're listening to this and feeling emotional, overwhelmed, or hopeful, that's not weakness. That's awareness. Awareness that you're capable of more. Awareness that your life can feel different. And it can. One disciplined decision at a time. So here's your reminder. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compare. You don't need to prove anything. Just keep showing up. Let discipline be the quiet force that builds your confidence, your freedom, and your peace. And if this audiobook helped you, even a little, stay connected with this space. This channel exists to help you grow, steadily and honestly, to remind you that motivation fades, but discipline lasts. If you want more audiobooks like this, ones that speak to real life, real emotions, and real growth, support this channel by staying subscribed and sharing it with someone who needs it. Your attention matters. Your growth matters. And the life you want is being built, right now, by the choices you make when no one is watching. Discipline builds the life you want, and you're already on your way. If this audiobook helped you even a little, stay connected with the Motivational Audiobook Spot. Subscribe for powerful, calming audiobooks that help you build discipline, confidence, and a life you're proud of. New audiobooks are added regularly, so you're never walking this journey alone.